You guys ready for a little wilderness hike? Shh. Let's listen. Be quiet. You're still making too much noise. What the hell? Well, that's not good. This is the spot. Alright, let's stay here and survey. See any other humans? I don't hear any other movement. I don't see any other movement. What's this? It's a pink flower. Alright, come on. Hey, we're at the cemetery. We successfully egressed and infiltrated. Here we are. Hope you're having a good day or evening. Hold on, let me say hi. Hey, pretty warm and sunny. It's beautiful. Look at it behind me right there. Yeah, let's go back the other way. All right, come on. This is an old cemetery. Very old. Look, Caroline's headstone is knocked over. I hate to see this. Can we set it back up? I feel like I'm not even supposed to touch anything. This is all hysterically historical. It really is. This is the oldest cemetery in town, I believe, other than the Catholic cemetery that is off limits. We can't even go in it. No one can, from what I understand. You know, unless for a reason. I wouldn't be able to infiltrate that one like this one. But this one's not closed either. I could just walk right. It isn't closed. I could just walk right in. I just took the shortcut. So, it's really old. Everything's covered in cement. Not everything, but a lot of the plots are secured. That might be the... oh no, he's just here with his dog. So, I mean, there's maybe people buried here. Like, I see a headstone that says 2016 right there. But for the most part, I mean, you know, some of these are old or family plots, but then look at this just tumbled headstone right here. It really kind of sucks looking at it. But there's like some newer stuff here, but mostly it's just all old. But like, look at that. How's it going, man? And here's 2012. Here's a Navy vet. SPO2. World War II vet. 1987. You can't see because of my shadow. We have to go this way. So there's these big family plots like this that are all cemented in here. Covered in different types of masonry. What does that say? Non-endowment care section. I wonder what that means. Come on. There's a sign straight ahead of us. I don't think I've ever been over here. I've never been over here to this section. Non-endowment care. This section is non-endowment care internment property. wonder what that means. I don't know. Let's look at the center. Oh, there's a mausoleum over here. Let's start here. This is a fountain that's turned off, I think. Maybe. Arthur C. Gill. Arthur L. Gill, I'm sorry. Arthur and Annie both. And then Anita, their niece. 1932 and 1933 they passed away. Look at how old Anita was. 1892 to 1961. I don't know if you can see any of that. Right? Anyway, I think maybe this didn't used to be a fountain. I don't know. Maybe it was originally. I'm not sure. But look at this. This is a crypt. And it's for the Dahlgren family. Erected in 1911. And it looks to be made out of stucco. And it's all, you can't even see inside of it. There's a door beyond the metal door. So there's a couple things I've heard about this cemetery. You know, it's very old. We're not in the oldest section. The oldest section is over there. But this is not necessarily this. I don't know what this non-endowment section is. But the area where we kind of started is a wealthy area of Freemasons. And beyond that is this really old area of pioneers and pioneer families and all kinds of weird different types of headstones that are all damaged. It's kind of odd. Maybe we'll go over there right now. But what I was told about this, about why everything is covered here, especially when we get to the one in the center, we're going to take a right over here and we'll go right to the center, and right there in the middle everything is more elaborate. So what I was told is that a lot of these families were wealthy, and people around, you know, everybody knew that, and so the cement was placed over all of the plots to discourage people from grave robbing. There's a lot of gold here. More gold here than really anywhere in the world. I'm not kidding. Look it up. Look up the Empire Gold Mine, Grass Valley, California. It's less than a mile from where I'm standing right now. So people came from all over, you know, to try and get gold, but these people did get it. And other people wanted to steal it from them in different ways. And that's kind of it. The other side of it is it's not just the grave robbers, but it's also the animals. There's wolves here, especially in the old days. There were lots of wolves here. There were animals that would dig up fresh graves, even a day or two after the person had been buried. And wolves, you know, they're dogs, and they're big and strong, and they're smart. They would dig up and bust into graves and eat corpses, and other animals would do it as well. So that's another reason why everything is cemented. Now, I don't know. I mean, I looked it up. It said the same thing. I asked people that have lived here. They said the same thing. So this is what I'm talking about. This is the center of this odd cemetery. You see how it curls around? Look at this beautiful tree in the middle. Look. Holy guacamole, huh? So a lot of people came here from all over the world. 1849, 1850, 1851. The mine, the Empire Mine, which is right over that way, like I said, less than a mile. It's beyond those trees. Stayed open until 1961. I think it was even beyond the 50s. I think maybe it was 51. Anyway, it was 100 years or more. So they mined for gold here for 100 years or more, and people still are looking for gold here. Tons of people are still looking for gold here. The locals, people that I've talked to, they've actually found gold. I've heard stories about people like, yeah, my engagement ring for my wife, I found it in so-and-so creek. I mean, it was a nugget. Yeah, stuff like that. And then other people have theories about where the gold still is and want to know how to get to it, if there's any left. Come on, let's look at the dead cowboys. Some of these over here are unmarked and really old, like cowboy gravestones. Some of them have metal fences around them, wrought iron fences like from 1902 and stuff. See that? Want to go look at it? I do. Come on. It's a whole gate. Man, some of these headstones are amazing. See that? There's a Freemasonry chain on it. Look at this. Wow. It's heavy. This is very heavy. This is all really heavy. This is all really old. Ooh, look at that. See what I was saying? In memory of Thomas L. Hughes, a native of Boston, Mass. Died December 18th, 1858, aged 15 years, 5 months, and 9 days. Come on, let's see if we can read this. Thy loss to us was sadly felt, no greater loss could be. Yet still will bear and not repine, if 'tis a gain to thee. Through life thou givest to us no pain, but bliss without alloy. No, our loss has been thy gain, our first born noble boy. Man, he was 15 in 1858. So the gold was discovered here 1849, 1850, 1851. Those were the big strike years. So people that came later, or like maybe they were here for a while from the beginning, but this boy didn't make it. He died for some reason in 1858. He was only 15. And he has a really nice, so this is, I don't know what's up here now, let's noodle this through, but in 1858 they had wealth that they erected this for their son, their 15-year-old son. So this is maybe a family that had struck it. Maybe they hit it. I don't really know. Yeah, I don't really know. Look at this lamb. Or sheep. All right, come on. That's maybe easier to see too. We'll go in the shade, and then I can exit this way when we're done. That flag over there was erected by the Boy Scouts in like 1950 or something. I read the plaque. Let's go look at it. We have to enter. That's the best place to go into, right over there by the flag, I think. I don't know. It looks like it's cleaned it up a bit. Anyway, that's a flag that was erected by the Boy Scouts in like 1950 here in town. So this side over here is other people. I mean, look. See a lot of this? Where at your graveyard? I mean, it's just rocks. And they're really old. Like over 100 years. The headstones, some of them are all rubbed off and unmarked. Some of them look like they were unmarked from the beginning. It's very interesting. Sometimes you feel like you're walking on one. Like this right here, maybe there's a grave right here that we don't know about. But it's really old and like, I don't know. Well, I mean, you can obviously see. don't even know what's in here. It's just wood around it. You know, there's 2 or 3 bodies in there, but I don't know. See, look at it. So this place was wild. Another thing I forgot to tell you about this place was at one point, during those years I was just telling you about, all the way into maybe the 1870s? I don't know for sure. Look at this. This county that we're in, it's called Nevada County. This was the wealthiest county in all of the state of California. And this county seat, like, you know, Nevada City and Grass Valley, this was almost like it was considered, there was a consideration. This was it was not the physical capital because it's in the middle of the mountains out of nowhere. This was the financial capital of the entire state of California. There was more money and more powerful people in this little town than both San Francisco and the Los Angeles was just pueblos. It wasn't even a city. It was just, you know, it was like ranches in the desert. So this place was very important. Lots of presidents came here and stayed in this haunted hotel that's here. It's a very famous haunted hotel called the Holbrook, Grass Valley, California. Tons of haunted rooms and stories about this place. Lots of gunfights happened here. Famous people from the old days, like gentleman Jim Corbett, the heavyweight champion of the world. He came and stayed here. He liked it here. Franz Liszt, the classical composer and pianist, he lived here. He married a woman from Grass Valley and took her back to Austria. She became a duchess or something. She really did. A baroness. And she was from Grass Valley. So this place started from nothing, and then it became a bunch of dudes, right? Really working really hard to find gold. Real rough men. Real rough men. Look at the size of these trees. So it was real rough men here looking for gold. Once they started hitting it, the money became, you know, something physical. They had to start bringing stuff to this little place. And the things that they brought were women. You know, obviously they brought, you know, booze and wine and food and everything they could from San Francisco until they could build a little narrow gauge train to come up here. That narrow gauge train runs right over there to, or ran. There's no, the tracks are completely gone. Now it's a street. But a train would have to come from San Francisco every day and go back. There was a tiny train station. So there was a lot of prostitution here. That's what I was getting to. So there's a lot of money, a lot of single men, a lot of wild stuff going on. There was no sheriff. There was one sheriff. There's no police department. There was no detective. There was no anybody doing anything. So there was a rampant crime. And the way that crime was solved here was with a gun. Yeah, this is the real Wild West. Or it was. Now it's a lot of friendly people. Sometimes they're overly friendly. Take it easy, they say. I say, why don't you take it easy? Here's some weird unmarked ones, too. I love this place. It's full of odd, strange history. I haven't even figured this all out yet. My neighbor, he belongs to a fraternal organization. They're called the Clampers. And they preserve history. I've learned stuff from him already, and that's what they're mostly about. Their organization is about partying and preserving history, telling stories and learning about what happened here and all over California, but a lot here. I mean, there's so much stuff to figure out. Look at this. The heck? It's too bad it fell down, but that was an obelisk. Hey, thanks for hanging out. I guess this is pretty long enough to stay. Hey, what's up? So this is it. It is a beautiful place, man. And I mean, look at these trees right here. I got to show you these trees before I go. But I'm going to say right now, thanks for watching if you're watching. And we just kind of did a little walk around the cemetery. Hope you have a great day or evening. Like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Let's look at these. Look, right there. Look at these. So these were struck by lightning. Like years, decades ago. Look at that one. See that one? Both of them. Both of these right here. Struck by lightning. Look at that. Pretty amazing, huh? But all these trees are giant. Some of them are hundreds of years old. Some of them were here before they started burying bodies here. This is the reason why they chose to bury the bodies here. It's because it's as far away from town as it could be and still be in town. This is the freeway over here, but in the old days, beyond the cemetery over there and all in that direction was nothing but wilderness behind the cemetery. And the town is right here below us, in front of us, the valley. We're on the lip of the valley right now. And so they buried these people as far away from town as possible because of disease and because, I mean, there was a dentist and a doctor in this place. I mean, I guess eventually, but it was sketchy here. More than you would expect or think. It's kind of, because of the way it all turned out. That's what's interesting about it, is that everything is still, many things about this place are still the same. Like some of the bars are the same bars. So it's all, the streets are the same. The buildings are the same. The downtown of this town looks like a movie set. I'll show it to you sometime, but it looks like you're in an episode of Bonanza. So thanks for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed the video. It's just a beautiful day. And I'm going to head back, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.